channel. Some proper yawns here. So, let's talk bikes while I'm here. Well, you've got me trapped in the, can't speak either, trapped in the car. Let's talk bikes. So, first bike I ever owned, AR125 Kawasaki, red and white. Got a picture up here somewhere. Not too bad. I threw my teddies out when I bought that one, because originally I wanted the NSR125 Honda in Rothman's colours. It looked absolutely amazing. Yeah, I was 15, 16 years old. I remember going up to Westcliff-on-Sea in Essex and going to the Honda showroom there and going and have a look around there. I think it was Honda showroom anyway. Yeah, amazing looking bike. Anyway, I moved to a new town and everything, and it was just Kawasaki dealers, and I went in there. Looking back, I'm guessing I maybe should have gone for, back then you had the KMX 125, and I'm guessing, yeah, maybe I should have got something like that. AR125 was all right, but it was looked like a mini GPZ 900, but obviously shitty little 125, and managed to crash that one when I was doing my test. The morning of my, so back then you had to go and you bought your bike, they sent it to a learning centre, you'd go there and you'd have a weekend where you'd learn to ride the bike, and then they'd release you onto the main roads. Oh my god. So driving cars not an issue, bikes, getting used to that whole clutch stroke throttle positioning, all my life. Anyway, I'd had it about 6 months, and I think I was going to go for my test. It was the morning of my test. I'd just ridden all the way, so I'd ridden from Basildon in Essex to Harlow in Essex, which is about 50 miles. And you could only use A roads at that time because I was a learner. Rode my bike back, had a shower and that, jumped back on the bike. I got about 50 yards from my house, car coming the other way, pulled out in front of me, coming this way. He come around the car, locked up the front because I snatched the front, wiped out, washed out the front, boom, creamed in, smashed up the front of the bike, like mega, cheers. And this was in, actually it might have been less than 6 months actually, for my test. That was on the way to the fucking test. Anyway, second bike, number 2, Yamaha TZR125 in blue and yellow. It's like the French glucose racing team colours, I think it was. Amazing, loved that bike, white wheels, absolutely brilliant. And then still dragged on with like trying to, I never passed my test at that point. I was probably about 17 by now, 17, 18, and started getting into cars. And then so obviously bikes took a bit of a back burner for about 5-6 years. Next bike from that was a Suzuki GSX 600F. Black. It was black with like green and blue. Back in the 90s, it was like a fluorescent. You've probably seen it like shell suit colours. Anyway, I bought that from Motorcycle City. Traded my car in, got one of them, and oh my life. Because I hadn't ridden for about 5-6 years, I picked up that bike from the showroom, and I just remember riding it out of West London onto the M25. When I opened that throttle, it was like the scene from Star Wars on the Millennium Falcon. I was going down the street, I opened that up, and everything just became a blur. It was absolutely uber rapid. Going from a 125 to that was just like amazing. And I've never really experienced that rush since. And I've had some powerful bikes as well, but I've never experienced that again, so I'm pretty disappointed. Anyway, so that, yeah, GSX 600F. Managed to wipe that out on a roundabout. Didn't completely, I just put a dink in the front wheel. Next bike from that was, oh me, GSXR 1100 WP, I think it was. Bought from a guy in Doncaster, and yeah, that was a beast. Uncomfortable to ride, positioning was crap, but bike was yeah, that was rapid. That was get the wheelie out. I remember getting it up, get the front up a couple of times, and must have let it come down a bit too hard anyway, so the downpipes come loose and stuff, so I had to take that to the garage and get that sorted out. I brought, oh yeah, blew one of the fork seals as well doing that. The Ducati 750 SS, amazing. It was an old bike, I think it was N-Reg, I think it was. One of the, I think it was second gen, and it was, you hear so many like bad stories about them being unreliable, blah blah blah, but yeah, amazing. I really enjoyed that bike. It wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but it just got, everywhere I went, people loved it, and it looked the tits. It looked like a mini 888. It looked amazing. So anyway, so sold that. Got a Blackbird. Went to a Honda Blackbird for that. Super Blackbird. I don't think it was the injected version. I think it was the carb version. Absolute beast. That thing stuck to the road. It was amazing. That's the fastest I've ever been as well, recorded on a motorcycle at night, about 170. Absolutely amazing, amazing bike. Even in the snow. I remember I'd moved house and I was having and it had snowed, and I was having to ride down the A14, and Jesus, there was snow everywhere, but I was still doing 80, 90. It stuck to the road. It was amazing. That thing, it was placid. You get to 7,000 revs and it would rip your arms off. It would go. It turns into a completely, turned into a Hulk, and it would. You have to hang on for dear life. You just slip back on the seat, and that was pretty rapid. After the 170 mile an hour stint, I was like, yeah, I need to calm down a bit. So I went back down to a 600. I bought a CBR 600F. Lovely bike. Fuel economy not that great. Honda, for some reason, Honda's fuel economy are not that brilliant. Lovely bike, private plate, amazing. Woman owner that one was. I'll stick a picture of that up there as well. Yeah, really great bike. I just got frustrated because I was doing a lot of motorway miles because I was commuting, and it was, yeah, just didn't have, going from a Blackbird to that, where that on the throttle was going from 80 to like 120 you just didn't have that. You had to smack it down a few gears, and I'm not really into that. So bought a ZX9. So nice bike, bit more in between, planted, bit more road presence. Managed to stack that one as well. About 4 in the morning, I was going to work, pulled up into the petrol station, diesel on the forecourt, washed out the front, smashed the fairing up and that. Didn't do too much damage, but just cracked the fairing and that. It was easy repair. Had that for a while, and then sold that. Got rid of that one. Next bike, what did I buy? Honda Shadow 600. I thought I'd go down the cruiser route because I was out in Canada, and I had a Harley Davidson. The rest of the lads went for like I think the Street Kings and stuff. I tried them, felt a bit alien to me, so sat on the night rod, and that felt really sporty, so I was like, right, I'll get that. We rode that for the weekend. I must have covered nearly 900 miles on that beast. Amazing. No aches and pains. It was just like, yeah, funny as, fast in a straight line. We went up in the mountains around the roads, and it was quite funny, grounding out the pegs and stuff, because you've got no ground clearance. But it just got looks everywhere I went. It looked amazing, and that's part of owning a bike, isn't it? So yeah, so I come back and I bought a Honda Shadow. That's what I could afford at the time. Got that from Troston Motorcycles that are now defunct. Bought that off of Dave, and yeah, a little maroon and cream thing it was. Amazing. And I wanted something a bit more powerful, a bit bigger, a bit more, because I'm 6 foot. I potentially looked a bit silly on it. Anyway, So I remember riding. The morning I'd swapped it out, I put a deposit on a Honda VTX 1800. Absolute beast of a bike that was. So I'm riding down the M25 and I nearly turned around at one point and come back because I was enjoying it. It was just nice to have the little Honda Shadow. It was a dream to ride. And it was just everything you needed really. Anyway, so I soon changed my mind though when I picked that beast up. When I picked up the VTX 1800, oh my god, straight through pipes and stuff. And I remember coming back up the M25, M11, it was a hot day, and I'd covered nearly 500 miles that day, because I had to go all the way down, I think it was Eastbourne, I was going to pick it up. And oh my god, yeah, what a bike. Unfortunatunfortunately, my the good lady wife wanted to go on a photography course, so I downsized. I sold the VTX and split the money with my wife. She went to America, and I bought the Aprilia RSB 1000 that you see in the titles. Lovely bike. Again, Italian bikes get a bit of bad press, but again, I found if you stick it on the Optimate, keep it charged up, no problems at all. It's amazing. And yeah, going from the VTX back to a sports bike was proper alien. I was just like, oh my life. It was proper cramped position, and I was like, oh my god. But after about a month, I was back in. It was just like, yeah, this is back to the norm now. But yeah, that was a lovely bike. And now I sold that because if you watch one of the previous videos, I think, what the fuck is this? I think what it was is we did an oil change, and there was a piece of metal. It looked like a bearing cage was come out with the oil on the oil plug. It was on the magnetic oil plug, and it's there. That's there to collect metal filings, but not a fucking bearing cage. So I was just like, right. So I flogged that on, and the money from that, I'm hoping I can find another bike. So there's a few bikes in the frame, and you have to wait out for the next episode to see what bike I get. Anyway, hope I didn't bore you too much. If you like the Jim Diesel channel, obviously hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Obviously you've got the notification bell, hit that, and every time I upload a shit video, you'll get notified. And that is Jim Diesel, out. On these roads, if I don't have the cameras on, you get all types of bellends cutting you up, pulling out in front of you, doing crazy things. When I have the cameras on, nothing happens. Everyone drives sensibly. It's amazing.